At this very moment, I am running from a hurricane or hurricane. Now, if you want to know what it's like to actually be inside a state where a hurricane's about to hit you full blast, you have entered the right life. At the moment, I'm driving. At the moment, I am driving, getting the hell up out of here. And, and, it's a madhouse down here. All the gas stations are out of gas, as far as the ones that I can find. They're all out of gas. Mostly all the stores are closed. Everything's shut down. Everything. This is supposed to be, I think, the strongest storm that has ever hit Louisiana, apparently. And right now, everyone, and I mean everyone, is in sheer panic of what's going on right now. Now, you have people. You got a few different people. You got people that can afford to leave, and you have people that can't afford to leave. And you got people that can afford to leave, but they do not want to leave. They want to stay because they believe that they can survive a Cat 4 hurricane. They believe that they can actually survive a Cat 4 hurricane. See, they think that they can make it off the land or off the water. So they can fish, hunt, and they believe they can do this. And if they believe they can do it, then who am I to say they can't? Now, you got the people that can't afford to leave, for which is, self-explanatory. I mean, self-explained. It takes a lot of money to travel. When you're thinking about traveling, especially when they tell you the safe zones of the storm is to either go 400 or 500 miles this way or 400 or 500 miles that way, you got to remember the return trip. So you got to have some money that you can spend on gasoline just for the drive, just to drive back and forth. Now, depending on what kind of vehicle you have, it could be something between maybe, let's just say for safety, a couple $100. Now, that's just for driving. We're not talking about the hotel, or if you're lucky enough to know somebody that let you crash at their place. You gotta have the money. You gotta have the money, but 9 times out of 10, you're staying at a hotel because we're still in the middle of a pandemic. So, you got that, and then you got the people that can leave, who are the people that got, at least $1,000 or $1,500 stashed away for a hurricane trip. Some people save up for hurricane expenses. About about $1,000 or $1,500, just in case. It depends on the size of your family. You know, it depends on what kind, how much snacks you want. You know, all of this, it depends. You know, and those are the people. You know, some people can leave, some people cannot leave. But when a hurricane hits, man, it is a fucking madhouse. It's a madhouse. Because you got a couple of different individuals who are out here during the hurricane. I like to put them in one group and call them opportunists. Let's think about it for a minute. The government announced a mandatory evacuation. That means you gotta leave. You gotta get out of here. You can't drive. If you don't leave, you gotta sit in your house. You cannot drive around. You'll be arrested. You know. So a lot of people are gonna leave. So a lot of people leave. So now that means that there's gonna be areas in which there will be nobody at their houses. Opportunity. That means there's a lot of people breaking in houses. So you got those groups of people that are looking around. One of the biggest problems is home break-ins. And you can't blame them. You know, you're already stuck in a hurricane. You can't really leave, and you're starving. So they're gonna start breaking empty houses. Shit. And another thing about these hurricanes is all the stores are closed. All the gas stations are closed. All the gas stations are out of gas. What else? The police station. This is another thing here. When a big storm is about to hit, like it's hitting right now, the cops will tell you straight up and down, if you call 911, nobody's coming. Nobody's coming. Nobody. You can call them all you want. Nobody's coming. Because the cops got families too. And the cops do not want to risk their lives coming to get your ass. So they give you 3 days. You got 3 days on your own. So if you do choose to stay, your ass better have enough food and your ass better have enough water, because you're going for the long haul. 3 days is a long time to be self-independent with no help from your government. And that's the issues with hurricanes. Like, you know, the cops really don't want to come out and save you. You're on your own. If you choose to stay when you had the means to leave, you are on your own. You cannot call the cops. You're on your own. You know, they got families they want to protect too. You know, and then there's the effects of what happens to you when this is over. And I'll get into that a little deeper later.
Traffic is getting worse. You are still on the best route. You will now arrive at 8:25 p.m.
Talking. But, you know, I'm not going to go too much in detail. I'm just going to, this is like a diary, just telling you everything was happening. But like I said, baby, it is a madhouse. It's so weird to see everything close on a Saturday, you know. It's almost, it's like the beginning of the end when, you know, you leave your house at 5 o'clock on a Saturday and everything is closed, all the gas stations are closed. It is weird, baby. is weird. And right now, your boy's on the run. Running from Ida. Gotta take this awkward ass trip. Now, where I'm going, I'm not gonna be completely out of the zone, but I'm gonna be, the Lord say, the same, better than where I was. Gonna be in a nice big ass building with a lot of generators and shit. Big generators, so with backup generators and shit. Big motherfuckers, so you ain't gotta worry that much. But other than that, you gotta bring food with you. So I got some peanut butter, I got some bread, got some soupy soups, and I got candles. This is a good tip, by the way. Depending on what kind of candles you got, you could turn it into a little oven. Just put like a big ass candle. Take one of your little like this, and put it on top of the candle. You can grab a little pan, put it on top, let it get hot. You can quickly make you a little batch of rice, like a little batch of rice. Hurricane tip of the day. Tell me you got it from me. Oh look, Walmart's closed. It's so trippy, man. It's really fucking trippy. It is extremely trippy. And you know another thing? When homeless people are getting the fuck out, that's when you know it's bad. Like we're seeing homeless people, right? And they're walking with baskets, trying to get out of this. It's almost too late now, but depending on it, they're probably gonna walk all night to at least get as far away from large bodies of water. But yeah, man, it's a madhouse down here, man. They're boarding up all the stores. Look, they boarded up auto parts. They boarding up everything. It's going down in the DMs. Now, when you're running from big storms, sometimes getting on Interstate 10 is not a good idea. Getting on Interstate is not a good idea because traffic congestions. Traffic will have a 2-hour drive turn into a 5-hour drive. Like right now, there are people escaping this and they're going to Houston. And some of them have to fill up their cars twice. And like I said, depending on what type of car you're in, that's you know, I'm just shooting the wind. That's $80, $90, $80 to $100 for just heading there. And that's just going there. Now you gotta think about the get back. It's a lot of money, man. Traffic gets congested. So what you gotta do is when you read your maps, you gotta read your maps. You gotta look at all the other roads, the old highways, you know, the highways that was here before the interstate. You got to go to those highways because a lot of times when people get on their phones, they go wherever the little lady inside the machine tells them to go. So when they get their phones, they type their address, and 9 times out of 10, it's going to tell you to go. It's going to tell you to go to the fastest. It's going to tell you how to get there the fastest way possible, which will be most of the time the interstate. So people are going to jump on the interstate and they're going to run. So it's good to know the little back roads so you can get to places a whole lot quicker. Right? Now, there's another thing. If you have insurance, this is a good thing. Take pictures of your house. Take pictures of the front of the house, the sides of the house, back of the house. If you can't, get a good picture of the roof. fuck, get a video of the roof. That's for insurance, so you can show them. So that's a good tip that you got from your boy. See, it's good watching me. But yeah, man, this is insane. I'm just hoping that where I stay still looks the same. Hope it's not too bad. Really hope it's not too bad, man. I hope it's really not too bad. But I'm gonna continue my drive on, man. I guess I'll go on live tomorrow.